Gupta, the founding and managing director of Stakeholders Empowerment Services. Of course, he's a former executive director with SEBI as well. Good afternoon, Mr. Gupta. This is Nayanthara from the New Delhi studio. You know, we've had many conversations about how this entire Videocon ICICI saga has been panning out. You know, I interviewed the Corporate Affairs Secretary on Thursday, and he said that this is a mandate that belongs to the Reserve Bank. SEBI can look at it as a listed entity, but the government will not be looking into it. The government has been caught napping on the whistleblower report. Now you're finding out that overseas regulators are swinging into action. What does this mean for corporate governance standards in the country and the government's response to it?
See, I would, first of all, good afternoon, and I would start by saying that irony is that world over regulators are looking at it, SEBI is looking at it, ED is looking at it, CBI is looking at it, but not a single word from the main regulator of the entity, that is RBI. RBI's silence is intriguing for all of us, and RBI, I don't know why, because in PNB's case also till date we do not know what went wrong, who is at fault. So the biggest issue is this, that why RBI is keeping mum? Why can't RBI say that we are also instituting an inquiry, or we are also asking? Or do they mean that as far as they are concerned, ICICI Bank is a holy cow, nothing else is there, and all other regulators are chasing the wrong tree? Something is wrong somewhere. As far as the government is concerned, government stand is very correct. The government cannot interfere into each and every affair of a company unless until something substantial comes out. So as on date, we all have a whistleblower's complaint and allegation, counter-allegation and clarifications. Now the first move for getting something substantial has been done by ICICI Bank board when they said that they have instituted an independent inquiry. But almost 15 days have passed, but we do not know who is the person who is going to do the independent inquiry, and nothing forward has come. But the second point is this, that SEBI is looking at it, but SEBI's role is very limited in this because SEBI is not a main regulator for the bank. If there is any quid pro quo or any violation of the credit norm and all those things, SEBI cannot do anything. SEBI will be only looking into disclosures as far as erstwhile listing agreement is concerned till the period LODR came, and after that LODR will be changed. So we really do not know what is happening, and again I would say it is a matter of concern in the sense that everybody else in the world is alarmed except our banking regulator.
Right. Mr. Gupta, can you just tell us, do you think that US SEC would do their independent probe, or they are just asking for some data that they can keep handy?
I think I have no clue, because all the newspaper reports are indicating that US SEC spokesperson has denied anything, or he has not spoken anything, or she has not spoken anything. So we are all basing everything on the guesswork. So we do not know whether is SEC really going into look into things, or is it a rumor, or what are the facts? We do not know. But if SEC is looking, SEC can look at independently, or SEC can seek help of SEBI under its MOU that they would have signed for the cooperation.
You know, but Mr. Gupta, whichever way you look at it, you know, yes, it's unfortunate the Reserve Bank has been caught napping. It has taken its time to even at least to publicly talk about this entire saga. But whichever way you look at it, while yes, it's unfortunate the central banks are looking into it, don't you also think the other stakeholders, you know, instead of swinging into action, are just busy passing the buck from one to another, whether it's the central government, whether it's SEBI? RBI has been silent on the issue.
No, I would not say other stakeholders are passing the buck. First of all, who are the main stakeholders? Depositors, borrowers and shareholders. Now, we all know that none of them have the powers to shake anything substantial. That is one. Secondly, as I told you very clearly, that government cannot step into unless until there is something out, because government cannot start acting based on complaint or rumors or something like this. MCA also will not act unless until they find any violation of Companies Act. That again would be found if there is any inquiry report and that investigation report or something. SEBI, in its own wisdom, has already show cause. Something they believe that there was a violation of disclosure under the erstwhile listing agreement or current LODR. RBI, again, I would say their silence is pregnant. I do not know what are they doing. Either they believe that everything is hunky-dory in ICICI Bank and we should all stop chasing something. But they should come out with something that what is their opinion or what they are doing or what they are waiting for. Something they have to say. Say, for example, if you see in Axis Bank case, they very clearly, although they did not pass the order, they very certainly said that they don't want Shekha Sharma there. Now, I do not find any reason for a regulator to be acting in this manner. A regulator has to always talk straight, because when regulator wants transparency from others, the regulator has to be transparent itself.
Okay, so let's see how this one pans out. Chanda Kochhar still enjoys the support of a board, which is now at least institutionalized, and a committee to look into the various allegations. So far, the board had just given her a clean chit. Before I let you go, Mr. Gupta, my final question to you, and we're running out of time, so quickly, please. What about Fortis? Today is an important day for Fortis. The Q4 results had been delayed. They come out later today. Plus, Luthra & Luthra, a law firm, had been appointed by the previous board members to carry out a forensic audit. We also understand Luthra & Luthra might be representing one of the bidders. You know, I don't know about the arm's length over there, but they will be coming out with their forensic audit today. What do you make of this entire case? The fact that results are delayed, binding bids without due diligence are being submitted, even as a forensic audit is pending?
Okay, first of all, I would continue a little bit on ICICI Bank also. I would say this will be good for Chanda Kochhar also, because unnecessarily, without having anything substantial, her name is being sullied. We do not know whether she is right or wrong. But anybody who is in that position would certainly want her name to be cleared. So I think it is high time Reserve Bank should come into play picture and say what they feel. Now, coming back to the Fortis thing, see, it is again looking into crystal ball to say what is going to happen. But we have been very clearly saying that first, Fortis board has been now with the departure of 4 members. Again, it is a one-sided board representing 12% of the investor. Earlier, it was representing the relegate side. So, board, in my opinion, is not representative of shareholders' wish. It is representing only part of the shareholders. Now, as far as results getting delayed and everything, we all know that once allegations have been made, no auditor would want to touch or give an opinion unless until he or she is comfortable as far as the reputational issue is concerned, because now there is a lot more transparency, a lot more focus on auditors' work. So we will have to wait and watch and see what happens. And it will be interesting to note what are the findings of Luthra & Luthra.
Right, Mr. Gupta, we hope to touch base with you once we get more details, if there is any report which submit today.